and knowing where you stand is very important. If you're performing well, it's important that you know that. If you're not performing well, it's equally important, and maybe even more important, that you know where you stand. So, in my mind, this driving a repeatable culture, a consistent culture across the organization of accountability, and knowing where how your performance is evaluated is vital. In my mind, Solenis is in a transition mode when it comes to performance evaluations. We started a couple of years ago to try to establish a more accountable culture in the business. Previously, in the history of the business, as I'm told, this was the performance management was not as critical an element as we see it as the leaders of Solenis today. We want to drive a culture where we're sitting down on a quarterly basis with our manager to understand where how our performance is being evaluated, how we stand against our objectives and metrics. We'd like to have that happen quarterly, but at least on a minimum basis, we're saying twice a year, formally, you should sit down with your manager and be evaluated. I think that if you're not getting the expectation is you'll push back on your manager if you're not seeing regular performance evaluations, if you don't have clear accountabilities established at the beginning of the year with your manager, objectives that are clear, that are measurable, and mutually agreed upon. I think that's kind of the minimum expectation, is get that established at the beginning of the year, and then remind your manager, hey, it's been a while since we've sat down. I think it's time we have our mid-year review. It's important that people know where they stand. Being able to know where you stand and how your performance is evaluated is absolutely critical.